Hi, I'm Wes Wall. We're here in my Boone, North Carolina studio, and I'm going to show you how I do a painting of a freshwater fish. This one based on a commission for a fella in New Jersey who wants to present a life-size painting of a walleye to his father for Christmas this year. And I don't do a lot of commissions, but I took this one on because this fella's an acquaintance of mine, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to tackle. I've never fished for walleye. I've never caught a walleye. I can't even vouch for the fact that I've ever seen one live. So one of the things I do when I agree to do something like this is that I don't just go to the internet and take a picture of a walleye and start painting it, which I guess would be an option. But one of the things I like to do is to learn a little bit about the fish and about its habitat and about the coloration of the fish, and kind of educate myself just like I'm a student again, which I am, and get familiar with the structure and the layout of the fins and the gill structure and the eyes and all the kinds of nuances that form the physical aspects of a walleye fish. So one of the things I do is basically I did have a image that he sent me, his collection of the mounted fish. So we can see here that I do have something to work with. It lists all the details of the particular fish that was caught. This one was 30 3/4 inches long. I learned from my research that walleyes can grow up to 42 inches long and can become quite large, but rarely does that happen and they fall. This is a pretty big fish. So 30 3/4 inches long is what we're going to paint the fish as on a piece of elephant sheet Arches watercolor paper, which is cold pressed paper. I take my A.J. McLean fishing guide, which is a great freshwater manual, which gives great details about the habitat, the coloration, fin structures, really a scientific analysis of the walleye in general. Then I do a sketch to get myself familiar with the structure of the fish, the coloration. This is kind of like a rough draft that I do. So all the while I'm doing a little reading and a little research and learning about the fish, so that I'm not just starting a painting based on focusing on an image only, because one, that's not interesting, and to me it's not a real valid way to make a painting in any respect. This is an Arches cold press, so it's a pretty big sheet of watercolor paper. I have sketched out in pencil the center points. What I do is I completely saturate the paper on both sides. The paper becomes completely saturated, and then I take the excess water off the paper. I call it dampening it down with a paper towel or a clean terry cloth towel, and I press the paper firmly on the gator board and then staple it every 1.5 to 2 inches all the way around the perimeter. What that results in is a pre-stretched piece of paper, so that when I introduce water back onto this painting, it's not going to stretch further than it's already stretched now, and it will dry tight as a drum, completely flat. And the framer, particularly for a large piece like this, is going to love that quality. So you can see I've gone ahead and mixed up a big pool of each color that I feel like I may use in a pretty concentrated fashion, fairly wet to the touch. Again, you can see the density of the pigment used, and I also threw in a little bit of burnt sienna and a little bit of bluestone, which is American Journey color over here, just to sort of accent and have an additional blue in the mix as a possibility if I get to the point and may want to interject something a little different. So anyway, we're ready to go. Let's see what happens.
my head, but my grip just goes up. Stretch my hand.